Hi, welcome to this video. It's custom in ArcoLinux to make a blog, to make an article about the release 2019. And this article is for the September release of 2019. And then we go over in the video and in the text here what's new, what's changed, and what's important to know, or tips and tricks and all that. And so we go over the work that has been done in the last month, basically. But this is a special release in the sense that mid-July we take holiday and we start again at the 1st of September. So, well, you would think not much has happened, but it's quite a long list actually. And we kept developing, let's say, second half of July, and then the real vacation started. So what's the information in here? I want to get the word out that starting from now on, we actually can't test, which is actually 64, but there are 60 ArcoLinux B, and then 4 ArcoLinux and ArcoLinux LTS, ArcoLinux D, and ArcoLinux D LTS. So there are 64 ISOs to be tested, and that's a strain for us and our beta tester. So we're not gonna do that anymore. The July version will be our milestone. So there's lots and lots and lots of files or ISOs that we have built ourselves and tested ourselves. And it was holiday, it was July, so we had time. But we all have jobs to do. So the idea of ArcoLinux B is that the B stands for build it yourself. We doubled the number of ISOs because of the LTS. We will not build it anymore every month. It's just not possible. But it was never our intention anyway. Our intention was to give you the power to build your personal ISO. Do not download it, build it. Because the fact is always the same. Whatever distribution you have, you say, I don't like this particular application. I do not like that one either, but I want that one instead. So the thing is, you should change just one file with text like Firefox is in there, delete the line, Firefox will not be on your ISO. So make your own ISO. That's the point. And since we have so many ISOs anymore, it might be possible that people say, what do I need to download? So we have here this explanation, little infographic. If you don't have any trouble with your hardware, you just use the Linux kernel. And otherwise, you can try out the Linux LTS. And we have already feedback that one worked for some of our users. So that's good. And what's next then? This next item is the Calamari's improvement. So we always keep developing Calamari's. Well, Calamari's is another project. It's not from us. It's we use Calamari's, we support Calamari's, we help Calamari's. Any issue we have, we will report it to them, and they'll respond in time. Over time, I mean, then when they have the time, they will fix it. As simple as that. The only thing we need to do is be patient. We have changed the Calamari's configuration. Some of the some of the desktops work now automatically, like these 4 guys, but for some strange reason, and we are communicating about it with Calamari's team, it's not with the others. So the others would still need a manual change, which is not that difficult, just one word to change in the etc lightdm configuration file, done. But it would be nice, of course, if it was working automatically. If you select in Calamari's auto login, that you indeed auto login when you reboot, would be nice. So that will be the future. We have made some new aliases. So like, for instance, we're talking about this lightdm thing. Right? We always needed to go to etc, lightdm. I was tired of typing this, and that's why we create aliases. Not because, I don't know what kind of reason, but it's because of efficiency. If you of boredom, or you need to go to the same place over and over again. So that's gonna becomes tedious. And you say Ctrl-T, I'm gonna end lightdm this thing. And you actually are straight where you need to be, and go to the letter you need to change, the line you need to change. For instance, user session, you're not on XFC, you are on OpenMox, or you are on Xmonad, and so on. You change that line, that's done. So all these things are important files. Of course, they can ruin things. I mean, you need to change these things with common sense and then change it correctly, otherwise things will fail. But it will fail anyway if you go to the file and change it. So this is just an alias. Easy to update. We've changed, we've made another alias for pksyua. I was a little bit tired of saying that, but did not have a proper alias or word for it, but I found one. So update all. It was a little bit long, so it's just up all, which means it's exactly the same as pksyua. So I'll be starting to use the word up all in the future videos. A typo, so if you accidentally don't, if you don't type update but update, it will work anyway. The building scripts has a separate video, the ArcoLinux B website, right? ArcoLinux B website is all about building. It's all about you build your own stuff and you have a minimal version if you like that. But again, then it's our selection. Okay, it should be your selection. It should be your own ISO. And everything is explained, the vision, choose your project, and then you start looking and everything is in here. So okay, ArcoLinux B, the building scripts got improved in the sense you can watch the video here. It has more color, better maintenance, because if you look at this, and maybe we should take a look at github.com ArcoLinux B, we have to maintain 30 repositories. All of those contain the same script. So maintainability, the least amount of work, is important for me. So that's why we have also improved it, but it gives us some more color so we know it's gonna work or not work. This one has been made in Deeping, I remember. I see here the menu. So the coloring is a bit different, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. But you'll see the colors differ, meaning script A is running, then script B is running, then we are back in script C, and then we, etc. So you learn more how everything is installed, and it will be profitable for ArcoLinuxISO.com, which is going to be probably our next, which I should probably include in my future endeavors. So we have this ArcoLinux ISO, and that means that's phase 6, how to build an ArcoLinux based ISO from scratch. So not starting from the ArcoLinux ISO, but starting from ArcoLinux, forgetting about Arco and thinking how we should build an any ArcoLinux based ISO. We'll see if we get to that this year. I suppose we will. What's next? ISO improvements. I'm gonna show you these guys. Live user has no password anymore. That's important. The live user can now log in into the TTY. It helped people in the past, so I've been communicating with some users and said, look, I would like to have the possibility to actually log in into TTY in my live DVD. So we made that possible. And he wanted also to have more space. If you install stuff, sudo pacman -s on a live DVD, normally the space is restricted. So we figured out how to give the users more space to install drivers and stuff, what they wanted to experiment with. So that's a neat and important information. I should share it also in another video. At some point in time in this holiday, XFC gave us an update, and it gave us the possibility now to actually change if we want to switch users. So in here we have the possibility, this little button here, switch users. It gives us the possibility to change, but I think we need to scale this thing as well and then reboot, because it's in the updates, right? It's the ISO has been built, and now we have made a new update, and we log out. let's do that. Log out. Probably enough, otherwise I'll have to reboot. We have this button here, switch users. So now we can, just like that, switch user. Of course, you need to have another user. I mean, I'm just alone here. There's nobody here, so I can't do that. But yes, if you have another user, then fine, you'll be able to just switch. That's not our work again, that's the work of XFCE. What else? Oops, let me get that back for you. So, making it bigger. What we've done as well, as a response to a user, we had lightdm, well, lightdm.conf is our file for the lightdm manager. And building ISOs, the lightdm always pointed to an application, numlox, which is a great application, which makes sure that your numlock key pad is on, so you can type your numbers. On laptops without numeric keypad, that's a bother, it's a nuisance, right? So we just got rid of it altogether. So now we can also build ArcoLinux B ISOs without the application numlocks if you don't want it. And if you, in the past, if you said, okay, I'm not gonna install numlocks, the ISO referred to numlocks and it's all blocked. It all changed, it's stopped because it wanted to point to it and it wasn't there. So now numlocks is out, basically, that's the message. And if you want to set it in the sense of tiling window managers, I believe we have 4 or 5, right? There is 3, Qtile, Xmonad, BSPWM, awesome, yeah, 5. Then you put it in there. Okay, so that's a way to approach things these days. The intention is, well, to start with ArcoLinux ISO, I'm gonna add that, but also to make a new one, new desktop, Herbstluft WM. That's a tiling window manager. Obviously, you see the image. And how to stay rolling is a video I've made already, and what I'm making now, the video I'm making now is coming in here and gonna be changed to what's new in ArcoLinux 19.9. Good to know. I've added some stuff here that people should actually really know when you start, and the older users or the longer users will know these things, how to update an ArcoLinux, how to stay rolling, that we have a nemesis script, so we don't install everything on the ISO, even though, well, we are the developers, we could say, well, let's put it all on there. We're not going to put things on there that are, well, paid in this sense. This is also paid these days, depending how many computers you have, you want to sync it to, also paid. So we're installing that later on, like Discord, like Telegram, stuff like that. Up and running on in 15 minutes. When I install an ArcoLinux ISO, this is what I do. There's the scripts. You can reuse our scripts, think about it, maximize or minimize actually the time to start to be up and running after a clean installation. There are some important aliases, and you should, to avoid frustrations, you should know what scal is, what backup scal is that you are going to override stuff, what CB is, what upall is, or PKS YUA. So there are some important things you should know. And that's it, we're through. So these are the new things. There is one thing I should actually show, and we can show you that here. So I have already updated everything, I've installed it, basically, sorry for that, but I did an upall already. So that's it, that's how it should look on your system. Maybe a message that something is out of date from AUR, which is not our thing. Arch user repository is a place where all the package builds are maintained, and you should report it to the website of the AUR if something is wrong or not building or things. I think timeshift these days is difficulty to build, so 12 September, in a few days it will be fixed, and that's how it works. Be patient. Package builds are maintained by people and do it for free, so the only thing you can ask these guys, okay, can you have a look? I have a problem. Can you update it? Package builder is not working. But communicate with them on the AOR website. We get mails and then we can, well, take a look because we have other things on our mind as well. But if we get a mail, then we know something is wrong. Otherwise, we won't know it. So I was saying that let's move it again here. What I want to show you also in this video, and I'm gonna make a separate one as well. These are the improvements. These three things are important. Okay, so everything works, everything is up to date. I've installed it, but let's just shut down, boot up again, and just assume nothing is on there, and boot from the ISO. And the idea was that, well, several things can happen. There might be problems with your drivers in the sense that you don't see anything. You have a black screen. Okay, what to do then? So to go to TTY, you press Ctrl Alt F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 is also good. And then you end up in a TTY black screen, and then you can install stuff. Now this is VirtualBox, right? And VirtualBox is different in the sense that we need to have, was it Control F1, F2, so not F1, don't use that one, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, and then we're back on F7. So 2 till 6 is what you want. Then you go and log in now. It's login with Eric, but Eric is not on the live DVD, obviously. So enough to know it's the live user. That's gonna be the name, and that's it. There is no password present anymore. You can now go to the TTY. Super important. So now you can say, oh, I have a problem with, keyboard, with keyboards first. Okay, not possible, is it? That's too bad. I will have to live with my QWERTY then, because load keys, is that possible? Load keys, BE, Latin 1, no, permission denied. How about sudo then? All right, fixed. So I have to remember to do this. If I want to have my Azerty, you don't if you have a QWERTY, you don't need to change anything. Sudo pacman -s YYU, for instance. Voila, it is there. I can start updating, which I'm not gonna do. It might be possible though, because we have more space. But what you need to do is actually figure out maybe some drivers you want to install or to uninstall or blacklist or things like that. I don't know what your issue is at this point in time. I mean, you have to Google for it, and then you have all the power now. You can log in and uninstall stuff. Go to NLITM, for instance, our last alias, remember? So you actually have full control. You can change everything. Oh yeah, let's change something. Okay, well, let's put the hashtag in front of it. Okay, Control X, save, yes please, enter. So it's saved. We can have a look again. Here it is, SDF. Here's, you see, line 38. So you're full control of your system. Whatever is bugging you, whatever problem you have, you can go in there. And there was a space. Is that this way I can show it to you? No, I need to do something else. All right, it was DF I had to type in. And take a look at the word cow space. It's line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10G, 10 gigabytes, and we've used 11. So you have some space to install stuff. But like I said, it's just for some issues you have, drivers or something like it, and then you can have a look. Now, thinking about drivers, maybe it's the LightDM that's an issue for you. I don't know. Control F7. Oh, my mouse is not in the VirtualBox. Control F7, so this one, Control F6 we were at, Control F2. By the way, you can have two things. You can log in here as well, 2 times, that's all good. I was thinking, what if Control F7, you want to restart this thing because you changed something and you want to restart LightYAM. So Control F2, then you know it's a systemctl, you know that, stop your LightYAM service. Control F7, nothing there. Control F2, and then we restart it or start it. Is there a restart? There's a restart as well. Let's try that one. And it's actually restarted on this screen. Okay, fine. As long as you have your installation screen, that's okay. So now our Control F7 is there. Okay, okay, Control F2. Oh, fine. Okay, he did put it on F7, but we did not notice it that fast. So Control F2, like this. Control F2 is this one, and Control F7 is this one. Okay, that's pretty much it. We have a complete video now. I'm gonna make a separate one with this little piece of information, which is only crucial if you have issues. But it's important to know that there are solutions on ArcoLinux if you are run into issues. Okay, only one thing to say. Have fun using ArcoLinux.